Well, that's a pretty complicated question with lots of different answers, but I'm going to give you a simple explanation. SharePoint is an Office 365 tool which is most commonly used for collaboration. It's a place where individuals in an organization can come and create and manage their own collaborative websites, which is great for projects, teams of people working on projects. And because it's web-based, SharePoint can be accessed from any device that has access to the internet. All you need is a web browser. With SharePoint, you can create lists of information that can be manipulated and analyzed, studied, shared, and they can be virtually any kind of a list, really. A list of contacts, of prices, sales information, parts inventory, all kinds of things. Another feature of SharePoint is the document library. Now that's exactly what it sounds like, a place to store documents. And this is a great feature for a collaborative project. Think about it. One single place to store all the project documents so that the entire team can access them easily, again, from any device, anywhere. We also have the News section. Now, this is a new feature that is part of the modern SharePoint team site. This gives team members a place to share important information. The most common type of SharePoint site is the team site. Now, you've heard me mention the modern SharePoint experience. Let me explain what I mean. Currently, there are two types of SharePoint experiences in Office, the modern and the classic experience. Let's go ahead and take a look. Now, this is a modern SharePoint team site. If you've used SharePoint in the past, you'll immediately see how different it is. Let me kind of scroll down here. You can see we have a lot of different things. Document previews here. We see our quick links, a little link to our document library. So that's pretty much the same. We have our quick launch, and that's pretty much the same. But the top is a little bit different, a little cleaner, and things are in a different place. Now let's take a look at the classic experience, which is still available. You can still use the classic experience SharePoint team site. And that's what this is going to look like. And you'll notice immediately some differences. We no longer have those news sections. We have our news feed here, which is really more like conversations. We still have the document library, our quick launch, but notice that we have a navigation bar here at the top. That's missing. We don't have that in the modern site. We also see that search is over here on the right, and we have share, follow, and edit here, whereas when we look at our modern site, those things are in different places. You see that search is over here, and we can share things when we select them. But we'll see a lot more of this as we go throughout the course. I also want to show you that other things are different as well. Let's go to the documents library here in our modern site, and you'll see the new look of the document library. And here we have, if I go ahead and select the document, there are my share, copy, down, all of these options here. But if we go ahead and go to the document library in our classic SharePoint site, you see that we have the ribbon still. And the ribbon is no longer there in our modern sites, but all of the options are available elsewhere. The same thing goes. We have a classic task list available to us as well. Now, you might say to yourself, well, why would I use the classic site? And here is the modern site list. Well, Microsoft has given us both experiences and made them both available to us. And depending on how your SharePoint is managed and set up, you may have the ability to have both types of lists and libraries available on both types of sites. It gets a little bit confusing, but throughout this course, we're going to concentrate solely on the new modern SharePoint experience. The other thing that's really great about the modern SharePoint experience is it is adaptive. If you're looking at the SharePoint site in a different environment, if you're not on a PC but you're on your phone, you're on a tablet, whatever it is, the site will adapt and change and resize so that it is still easy to see and easy to work with on that device. So now you know a little bit more about SharePoint. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.